everyone. It's been 49 days since I last posted anything in YouTube or updated anything about me on Instagram. I was just gone on a thin air. It's just only because I might have a lot of committed things to do, or I might have just simply been deviated rather than doing the thing which I like to do the most, like creating the videos like this and posting for my individuals subscribers. You guys have always been amazing, supportive, no matter where I'm in my life. Your comments really changed my life. Yesterday I read a comment where somebody mentioned, why are you stop posting this type of video? We are looking forward to this. And there was some other comment saying your video brings so much light into your life. This type of thing is what I look forward to when I create content like this. It's not just a content, it is more of a personal belief to share what I know. So, welcome to our Art to Heart episode, and today we are diving into something that sounds simple but might be the most difficult and most powerful thing you can ever do, that is, owning yourself. This is episode 27 of our ongoing series where every Sunday I make sure to make a visualized content with a podcast included in it where I'm going to talk the art of life. In a broader perspective, I have breakdown into many different series. If you're interested, make sure to click the playlist and you can listen to the entire series. I'm yet to publish this in Apple Podcast or Spotify, but I need some more time. This episode is for anyone who feels like they're constantly performing for others, stuck in a cycle of self doubt, or just tired of living life according to someone else's script. Today, I want to talk about what it means to truly own who you are and how that changes everything. So, take a deep breath, get comfortable, and let's talk about the art of owning yourself. What does it mean to own yourself? Let's start here. What does it actually mean to own yourself? It's not just self confidence, it's not just being yourself. Owning yourself means taking full responsibility for your life. It means embracing who you are, the good, the bad, the messy, the powerful. It means refusing to apologize for your truth, but also being brave enough to face your truth. When you own yourself, you are no longer outsourcing your worth to others' people's opinion. You stop hiding, you stop shrinking, you stop saying yes when everything inside you screams no. But here is the kicker. It takes a radical honestly. You have to be willing to see yourself clearly. That means acknowledging your patterns, your fears, your triggers, and taking responsibility for your choices, past and present. Owning yourself is both liberation and labor. It's an art, one you practice every single day. Why so many people avoid it? Here is the thing, most of us are terrified of owning ourselves. Why? Because when you own yourself, you no longer get to blame anyone else. You can't say, well, I am like this because of my parents, or I can't change because this is just who I am. Owning yourself means taking agency. But we live in a world that trains us to conform, to fit in, to play small. From a young age, we are taught that approval equals safety. So we start molding ourselves into what others want. We become version of ourselves designed to survive, not to thrive. And the longer we live this way, the scarier it feels to break out of it. Because letting go of who you have been pretending to be might mean losing relationship, disappointing people, or standing alone. So here is what I have learned. The cost of owning yourself is way higher than the cost of discomfort. You lose time, you lose energy, you lose yourself. The truth is, you can't build a life you love while abandoning who you really are. One of the easiest thing to understand this entire transcriptions or entire way, whatever I say, is imagine you are someone who is very brave, very admirable, and very open to your decisions and opinions. But over the period of time, you have just stopped being that person and you have just start accepting whatever people opinion has been implemented. For example, is the way you look, the way you behave, the way you work. You have always been someone who has looked out for people's approval, appreciations, validations, etc., etc., etc. I'm not saying you should not seek any of this, but I'm just saying before you seek out those things, you approve of yourself who you are rather than asking other opinion. If you're happy with the body you have, if you're happy with the way you look, if you're happy with the way you actually are, then you don't need anybody's validation to live the best of your life. If you seek validation, you will always end up hurting because people never accept anything. They always have something bad to say about us, whether it may be good, whether it may be whatever bad. Even if you have done something extraordinary, they will always come out with a flaw saying, oh, you could have done this better. Even though the result might have driven you to become something you have never really long in last decade, but you have done this absolute masterpiece. People would come up and say, we are disappointed in you. So rather than those opinions, rather than those validation, look into your happiness. I remember asking to this one of my senior manager who just left the organization. I'd say, give me one advice which I have to take in my life, because she was a woman who has been in this industry for 20 years, and I was asking an advice, and she said, do what makes you happy. The moment you start doing things which make you happy is where your real self come out. Eventually your work follows, your life follows, and you become the better person. Any decision you take, any opinion you have, you should have it, not others in your basket. Okay, let's talk about the how, because this isn't just a mindset. This is a practice, a habit, a way of being. Here are 5 things that have helped me, and I think they will help you too. Number 1, get honest with yourself. Start with radical self inquiry. Ask yourself, what do I believe about myself that isn't true? Where am I pretending? What am I avoiding? Who am I trying to impress, and why? I will say it once again. Please write it down. What do I believe about myself that isn't true? Where am I pretending? What am I avoiding? Who am I trying to impress, and why? Say it out loud. Shine a light on the parts of yourself you have been trying to hide. We all have lost our charm over a period of time, and in this constant wall of notifications and the constant thought of the like, where you just felt so overwhelmed with 1 like, 10 like, 100 likes, how much ever like it is, you get validated through these notifications, right? You look forward for somebody's, yes, somebody's happiness, somebody's saying you are doing amazing, but at the same time, if you're being so true to yourself, these things eventually follows to you, because there are few set of people out there who like the way you are. You don't have to change for these folks, but rather show them, this is my real persona, this is whoever I am. If you like, you like. If you don't like, that's your opinion, and you don't have to hate yourself that specific person not liking you. Number 2, take responsibility without shame. This part is huge. Owning yourself doesn't mean beating yourself up. It means looking at your past and saying, yes, that's what me, but I get to choose who I am now. You're not here to be perfect, you're here to be real. Let me shine on this a little bit more. If you all know Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr., he was once in the case for drug addiction, and so that was his past, and now he moved forward, and now he's doing some extraordinary roles for so many people flocks him around saying how great his work is. The past, he owns that it was me, it was not at the greatest time of my life, but I have changed and I have proved it, and today he stands proud of whatever character he's playing. So think of you as the main character of a movie. The movie is your life. You're the hero, heroine, protagonist. You are not the antagonist. You choose what is best for you. And today you decide here and now what you want to be in the next 10 years. I don't want to be this person in next 10 years. Start changing today. Today's difficulty may be tomorrow's bliss for you. So take responsibility without shame about your past, and let that be a lesson for you for your future self. When you look back, you just have to be proud to where you have marched so forward for. Number 3, set boundaries that protect your energy. This is very, very important. When you own yourself, you realize your time, your peace, and your emotional energy are sacred. And that means saying no more often. This is scary, right? Not everything or everyone get access to you, and that's not selfish. That's self-respect. This is to every gender out there. I'm not specifically saying, but as a women perspective, from my point of view, I'm gonna say, all these young women listening to me, Please note this down. Have self-respect for yourself. Don't ever let people enter that circle of yours where they come ahead and say, you look this ugly, dot. You are not worth this, dot. That other person does not have right over you. Neither anybody has the right over to come up to you and say you don't deserve the life you have, but rather turn the table around to say you don't have rights to say such things to my face, and make sure that that person no longer sits in the table where you sit. So you have just one option in today's life. It's either become absolutely powerful to say no and not share the same table as the other person who have brought you down, but rather to own yourself, have this respect, build yourself, and come back much stronger. Only then you will prove to yourself, I am this person and this is what I have always wanted to be. Number 4, speak from your truth. This one takes absolute courage. Maybe your truth makes other people uncomfortable. That's okay. Your job is not to be palatable, it's to be authentic. You can be kind and unapologetic. I will debug this a little more brief. Speak from your truth is something you don't have to hurt anyone, but at the same time, you can't let other hurt you. Like, for example, some random people coming up to say, you don't deserve this life, they are being hurtful to you. But you, on the other end, you have to be most unapologetic and say, you're not in my boundary to say, what life do I have to have? Can you take a step back? Because you're not that close to me, neither you're that important to me. But at the same time, I respect you as a human being. It's better you walk your path and I walk my path. Number 5, show up every day, even when it is hard. Owning yourself isn't a one time decision, it's a daily choice. It means showing up for your goals, your healing, your growth, even when it's messy, even when it's lonely, even when it's scary. Show up no matter what. Wake up every day, write your journal, sleep every day with a gratitude, wake up every day, go for a morning run. Wake up every day to eat what you have been constantly eating. Don't let anything decide your emotion. The moment we are sad, we crave for sugar. At that time, go for a run. The moment we are happy, we want something delicious around us. At that time, go hit the gym. Nobody is stopping you. I'm not here motivating you to get back on shape or anything. It's just saying doing physical activities, bare minimum, like going for a run, going for a walk, sitting in sun would really change the way your day is going to make yourself. So it's you who is making and breaking you. There's nobody else in between. And if you're going to blame someone, it's you alone. So start owning yourself no matter where you are in your life. Start showing up for yourself no matter where you are in your life. You are your own sole reason for success. The rewards of ownership. Here's what happens when you start owning yourself. You stop needing constant validation. You start trusting your gut. You attract people who respect the real you. You start building a life that's in alignment, not just survival. You become magnetic not because you're trying to be, but because authenticity is magnetic. People can feel when you're rooted in who you are. Most importantly, you get your power back. And listen, this is not about having it all figured out. Owning yourself doesn't mean you never mess up. It means you stop abandoning yourself when you do. You begin to walk through life with more integrity, more confidence, and more compassion, not just for others, but for yourself. I will leave you with this. There is no one else coming to give you permission to be yourself. There is no version of success, love, or peace that will ever feel right if you have to lose yourself to get there. The art of owning yourself is the art of coming home to your voice, to your values, and to your vision. And the best part, you already have everything you need. It's just been waiting for you to say yes. Yes to your truth, yes to your power, and yes to yourself. So thank you everyone for being here today. I hope this episode will help you to love yourself more, and also you would be taking part in owning yourself fully. Thanks for all of your incredible support. No matter how many times I say thank you, from my depth of my heart, you guys mean a lot to me. Thank you for letting me owning myself. See you all in the next episode. Till then, take care. Bye bye.